In this tutorial, we're going to be talking about the Fusion tab, okay? Smart tutorial on how to work on the Fusion tab. I'm going to start about the UI, explain to you what's going on here, and then I will import my files and start working and see how I work. Anyway, so the first thing you notice here is that we have two screens. You can switch it to one, but you better work with two. Then here we have the media pool with our media. We have the effect library with everything here. The clips, we have no clips yet. Then here we have the S-spline. That's where we make an animation. You can smooth the curves and play with the curves to make it go faster, slower. Here we have the keyframes. In case we tracing or anything, you can adjust the keyframes right here. The metadata just give you information about the clips, and since we have no clips here, so there is no metadata. Then the old famous inspector, which let you control pretty much every nodes in here. Okay, so the first thing we need to do, guys, is go back to the edit tab and then just put a clip on the timeline. Once the clip is on the timeline, you can go to the Fusion tab. And now we have media in and media out. So media out is what rendering, and media in is the clip with no rendering. And you can see these dots right here. Okay, that's to toggle the view option. So if you want media out to be viewed here, you need to click on this dots right here, you know, on the right. Yeah, it says right view. And if you want it to be here, you just click here, okay? Now you can view it here and here. You can also click on the node and then either press 1 or 2, and it will do the same thing, okay? Press 1 and 2 on your keyboard. And now here's the thing, guys. Working inside the Fusion tab in Davinci Resolve is quite complicated, okay? So you can zoom in and out the node graph by holding Control or Command on your keyboard and then dragging backward or forward the middle mouse button on your mouse. Okay, just like this. And as I was saying, it's quite complicated to work here, okay? And when you work on a Fusion tab, you want to keep things, you know, as simple as possible. If you are into VFX, motion graphics, animation, I use After Effects, okay? Hands down After Effects. Davinci Resolve is more for color grading and just video editing. Even audio mixing is great, but I would say when it comes to animation and visual effects, it's quite challenging in Davinci Resolve. So I would use After Effects for that type of projects, okay? After Effects, guys. But it's good. Davinci Resolve is good for color grading, man. I'm not saying anything bad about Davinci Resolve. It's an amazing software. Anyway, so let's say for any XY reason, I need to adjust the color on this media, on this clip, media N1. So I can click on the media N first, okay? And then I can add the color node. And before that, I want to explain something, okay? So you see these tools and there is like a line here separating, you know, a group of them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then separation, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Now these are separated into generators, which are these ones right here. Then we have colors. Then we have compositing. Then we have masks, okay? These one right here. Then we have particles. Okay, you can do a lot of cool things with these, maybe in text animation, all that stuff, you know, adding particles. And here we have 3D. If you want to create, for example, 3D HUDs and 3D stuff, you can work here. But again, for 3D, I prefer Maya. Okay, I started learning Maya a year ago, and I think I prefer Maya. Okay, now I want color corrector. So click here, and then click on this color corrector right here, and it will be added automatically. You see that? Okay. Or you can just drag it here, put it here. I drag it 2 times, and it will be added by itself. And then I can hold it, hold shift, and then once I see that cyan line, I can just drop it. Okay. But I would highly recommend, when you want to add an effect or mask to a video, you click on the video and then you add the effects. Okay. You can also, for example, click on Shift Space, and you will have the this thing right here, this window that will pop up, and then you can search for anything, color corrector or color or whatever, and you know, just add, and here you have it. Okay, in case you cannot find something. I want to make this clip a bit blue, play with the colors a little bit. So select the color corrector, and then come over here to inspector, and then just over here on this color thing, the color wheel, I'm gonna drag it to make it even more blue. You can see that, but I think that was too much, just a little bit. Then I can go, for example, to the shadows and drag them to the yellow. And then I can go to the highlights, okay, and then just drag them a bit here, let's say to the purplish thing. Okay, now you get the idea, right? You can do levels, histogram, suppress. Okay, try those. Go ahead and try those, and you will learn what each one is good for. Right, guys? Now this is what's gonna render media out, and this is the normal thing. Okay, the thing that's it's not gonna render. So you can see already the difference in here. Let me go to the midtones this time. Add it toward green so you can really, oh, that was too much, like this. Okay, once you finish, you can just click on the inspector and it will be gone. Now let's say for the next thing I want to do, all right, is add a clip. So I want to add a HUD. Okay, I already have my HUD here. It's not transparent apparently, so if I click here and click here, you can see it. Hold on, right here. So it's a HUD, it's not transparent, has a black background. If you can find one that is transparent, it's fine. I wanted to find one with the black background on purpose for this lecture. Now let's say I want to add this HUD right here on top of this clip. I will drag it, hold shift, and put it right here. Okay, you can already see right away there is a new node that has been created, and that is the merge node. Now the merge node is a bit tricky. I will explain it in a second. But here, for example, this clip, what I can do is click here and then fit. Oh, it already fits, all right. I guess I just had to zoom out and do this. And this then fits on the screen. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is go back to media in and then just put media in on this window. And now I will click on merge, or maybe put merge here on this window for now. And what I want to do, as I said, is to make a composite. So this clip on top of the other one. So the first thing would be to get rid of the black background, but first I want to resize it. So click on a merge, and then I'm going to come over here to size, and then just bring the size a little bit down. Just like this. Okay. Now the clip is media 2. Okay, media in 2. I can click on F2 and give it another name. For example, let's say HUD. Now click on it, and then you should find this thing right here, which calls channel booleans. Click on it while you're clicking on HUD, and then come over here to alpha, and then change it to lightness background. Okay, and here you have it, guys. Just like this, it's transparent. Now I can again click on HUD and then look for transform. Transform node, where are you? Here we go. And it will add a transform node. And as you can see, the node tree it's building itself. Okay, when you don't see red, that means everything is going fine. When you sear it, it means that you fucked up somewhere and you have to redo it again. Now click on the transform, and what I want to do is just to move this thing. Hold on, let me put it like this. One view. And then I want to decrease the size of it. Like this. Okay, center to the right. Put it a bit up. Oops, that was too much. Sorry about this. Like this. Okay. So I want to do something like this. And the next thing, for example, let's say I want to duplicate this. So again, with the transform node, what I can do is click on edges, find wrap. And as you can see, I have 4 duplicates. And here we go. Maybe decrease the size a bit more. Like this, like this. Okay, guys, and here we have it. Let's say again, I want to make some blur effects on this one. I can again click on HUD and find blur. Click on blur. And then blur size, increase it a little bit. Just like this. Hold on. That was too much. Okay, let's put, I'm gonna put 1.3 manual value here. Okay, that looks good. Again, let me put dual screen. So we still have here the node number 1 and node number 2. Fits, and this one fits just like this. Now, for example, I can go to the merge, go back to inspector, and you can see right here, apply mode. This is the blend mode. If you guys are familiar with Photoshop, you can try different blend modes and see how it's gonna work. Well, this one doesn't do shit. Dissolve. Let's see, overlay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it normal, and maybe I can just blend it in a little bit more. I can increase the blend in. Now, let's say, for example, I want to make these HUDs a little bit more bright, or let's say, for example, a glow. I know they're glowy already, but let's say I just want to add some more glow to them. I can select the HUD, go to Effect Library, and then go to Open Effects, Resolve Lights, find Glow, double click. Okay, I added too much glows by mistake, so I can just delete, then just leave one here. And you can see right here, it's glowing. Glow number 3. Maybe just decrease the spread, decrease the brightness maybe. You can colorize them, maybe give it, say, let's say I want a black glow, see how it looks. Glowing image, glow alone. Relative speed, brightness, decrease. See if I increase brightness all the way up. Well, anyway, you can play with those and try different stuff. You can see that we did build some pretty complicated stuff in here, you know. It does look complicated if you just see it from a glance, but then when you work on it, it looks fine. It's not that complicated. Okay guys, so I think I'm gonna leave it here. No need to add more stuff. Or maybe we can do one more thing. Let's say you want to add a text finally, so you can just click on media in one, click on text. Let's say, for example, running inside the huts. Choose whatever thing whatever typeface you want. I don't know. No, it doesn't look good with the huts. We need some typeface that looks like it's coming from space. Okay, maybe this one is fine. And yes, you can adjust everything here for the text as well. You know, you have all these things here. You can adjust them. Okay guys, so this is how I work with notes inside of Davinci Resolve, how I add effect using the Fusion tab. Pretty straightforward. Just click on the media and then add. Everything else is done automatically for you. Okay, so I have another clip right here, and let's say I want to make some Scribble Effect. Select again the media N. I'm gonna look for paints. Where is it? Right here, and the generators. Click on paints, and with the inspector selected, you can find here the things, the parameters, brush shape. I'll try this one. It looks good, yeah. The color, softness, size, you know, everything. Stroke duration is the most important. How much you want the Scribble effect or the doodling to last on the footage. Let's increase it a little bit. 3, for example. Let me put the video here. And then you can start drawing whatever you want. For example, I'm gonna write Adam. Oh no, this color is bad. Let's go back to white. So for example, here, Adam. Okay. And then here, for example, we want to add some hearts, you know. Adam hearts. And then here, I don't know. Let's say another A. Here, and then I don't know, inside you know, a triangle. Anyway, let's check now. Okay, you can even, you know, draw. I'm using the mouse. I'm not using my Wacom tablets. That's why I'm having a hard time drawing. Usually I would draw very good because I'm a graphic designer as well. And then I don't know, something to add to his hair, for example. Okay, let's see again. Anyway, guys, you get the idea. Let's see now. Yeah, so that looks good. And now for an XY reason, again, we need to complicate things more because this is what we do. We want to add a mask. So with the media and or media 2 selected, or let me just type F2 and name it drone footage. Sorry about that. Okay, hold shift and put it here. Hold on. Hold shift and drag it here. You can see we have a merge node automatically added to the node graph. Now select the drone footage and apply a mask. I'm gonna apply this ellipse mask. And you can see here that we have a mask. So we have a video on top of a video in the shape of a circle. Okay? If I invert, I have the other video inside of this video. And you can animate this thing right here too. So for example, it's here. I can click here, then move the playhead, for example, here. And then move this thing here. Let's see if it's gonna work now. Okay, let's say now, for example, I want to add some brightness and contrast to the media N, this one, the first one, inside the ellipse tool. I can click on media N again and find brightness and contrast. And then maybe decrease the brightness like this. Increase the contrast. I'll decrease the contrast as well. You see, and you can do all sort of adjustment, guys. Okay, I'm just letting you know. All right, so I think that pretty much it for this video and for this tutorial. It gives you a solid idea on how things works here. Now you need to go by yourself and just keep exploring how everything works. You know, you have to try, work on different projects, and you should be good, man. You know. Just don't try to do highly complicated stuff inside of the Fusion tab, okay? Some stuff are better not done in Davinci Resolve. You need Premiere, you need not Premiere Pro, I mean After Effects, for example, character animation. Text animation, you can do it inside the Davinci Resolve, but it's not going to be as good as when you do it on After Effects. You know, shape animation, all that stuff, After Effects, bro. Alright, so thank you for watching and see you on a next tutorial.